American contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Amarillo Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call Amarillo Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I as a contractor appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor who's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
What's up, everyone? This is lead meteorologist Sean Choquette here for live storm coverage across Lubbock, Texas. We have two things going on here. We have big time hail moving into the city right now. We also have now a confirmed tornado that has occurred. I think the report had it being a brief tornado, but a very tornadic potential storm here moving into Lubbock proper. So we're going to start out with the hail. We're going to zoom in here. You can pretty clearly see on reflectivity the higher reflectivity values here right along Highway 114. Let's go ahead, switch back up to just correlation coefficient. And the big reason, look at all this green and all of this yellow showing up here. This really indicates you got a ton of hail falling out of this bad boy. You have had reports of tennis ball size hail, and this is moving into Lubbock proper. It's pretty much moving due east along 114, so it's going to be downtown and point south here for Lubbock, Texas. So let's zoom in a little bit, kind of see some areas that are big interest here. Let's just zoom in pretty much just south of 114 and north of 62 here. There we go. Yeah, get on the zoom in. So along 34th Street and over by Carlisle, we got whatever this road is, Upland Avenue. Let's switch over to reflectivity 2. And there you go. So you see a ton of hail's falling out of this right now. And the biggest hail is going to be probably a little bit right along the southern edge here. Again, upwards of that probably tennis ball size hail. If we go back to the correlation coefficient, you know, when you see the greens and blues showing up like this, that means that there's lots of large objects in the sky. The correlation between each object is bigger, or it's less. The less correlation there is, the bigger the objects are, the more irregular shape they are, and that's why you end up seeing hail so much. So when you see the greens and blues showing up like this, that means you're getting that hail, probably golf ball to tennis ball to possibly even larger than that here on the western ends of Lubbock. This is the western loop for Lubbock right here, just right by where my hand's at, and this is moving again due east. So it's crossing over to Highway 62 here in just a few minutes, again moving off to the east. So let's go, zoom this back out, let's go back to reflectivity. We have the other thing that we're talking about here and that potential for a tornado. This right here, right by Wolforth, that is a confirmed tornado report, but if we bring up that report, it did say that it was a brief tornado that was reported here. Video, yeah, of a brief tornado touching down in an open field, thankfully. But let's go ahead and bring up the scope. Let's see if there is going to be. Okay, we got some real messy. Let's kill the scope. Let's just do it with the whole reflectivity, because that's real messy right there. Okay, yeah, so this is where your potential for a tornado is going to be pretty much right by Wolforth here. If we zoom in a little closer, pretty much where 62 makes this dip into Wolforth. Let's see. It's looking a little broad, thankfully. Again, there's so much hail falling. If we switch over to correlation coefficient, I'm sure we're gonna, yeah, okay. It's gonna be impossible to tell if there's anything on here because there's so much hail happening. So it looks like right now the conditions are very favorable. If you're watching local television in the Lubbock area, that is, I saw a tower cam. You could see where the tornado would be very clearly. These supercells are super classic looking, very easy to tell where a tornado may be. So again, turn on your local news. You can watch us. You can have your local news same time here in Lubbock. It would definitely be right along Highway 62 where everything comes to a tip right here. And this is moving generally east into Lubbock proper, the southern sides of Lubbock itself. Our tornado bent the road, said John Dye. No, the road's been bent this way. So this is what we have so far. This is currently at 8:14 Central Time. Here's downtown Lubbock. This is actually a quarter report from a little bit earlier. We're kind of waiting to see when we're going to start getting these reports in here in a minute. Again, we have hail falling all within this. So if Frank switches this back over to just all CCs, it's pretty clear here, guys. Where you see the greens and the yellows showing up is a very big swath of hail. Again, not all of this is going to be tennis ball to baseball size hail. Probably the southern sections right along Highway 62 will have the biggest hail, but you're going to have a ton of hail falling with this, and it's all moving pretty much almost due east. So if we go back to reflectivity for a second, let's just let's query the tornado warning. We get how fast this thing's moving. It's been kind of crawling along here. Again, warning for tennis ball size hail. The winds up to 70 miles an hour with this. Again, 232,000 people at risk with this. So how fast is this thing moving, Frank?
It is moving east at 30 miles per hour.
All right, yeah. So let's just kind of take it from somewhere here in the middle of the hail core and just kind of see how long it's going to take to get across. Okay, so next 45 minutes, it'll get all the way through Lubbock here. So next 10 minutes, it'll be in the center of Lubbock. So we'll probably see a lot more hail reports coming in here as this thing moves into much more population. Of course, my biggest concern with this is the fact that it is showing quite a bit of rotation. There's quite a bit of people here. Thankfully, if there is a tornado of this, there'll be somewhat less folks than if it went through where Texas Tech's at. But it's right here in Wolford. This is where, if there's any kind of circulation, the algorithm for some reason hasn't updated. It'll catch up here in a minute. But this is where your rotation's going to be. If we go back over to velocities quickly, there you go. We got the greens and the reds coming together. It's not showing anything too intense, but we're also very close to the radar, so it might be a little challenging to really pinpoint exactly where it is, but it's not showing a very intense signal, which is good. You don't want to have a big time tornado moving through a city. So right now looking like, again, that tornado potential is definitely there. That tornado warning is definitely warranted. And if you are south in the Wolforth area and just east of Wolforth into south sections of Lubbock, this is here we go. So if you are over by Frankfurt Avenue, between 98th Street and the southern loop here in Lubbock, you gotta get in your tornado shelters. This could drop down a tornado pretty much any time, so you need to be careful. So yeah, so funnel, if you're watching local news, I did see images before going live here of local news channels in Lubbock having their tower cams pointed at the lowering the wall cloud where a tornado forms. Very clear to see, not really impeded by rain, so you guys want to put that on there. They'll give you a pinpoint exactly where that tornado might be if there ends up being one on the ground. So we did have a radar update here at 8:17. Is this a new report or is this still the quarter report from earlier?
I can check. I think it's still the quarter report though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's still the quarter. So this is from earlier. No, this is 7:48. That's from a while ago. So we're probably going to get some reports coming in here. I'm going to actually check radar scope pretty fast. Okay, yeah, MPing reports are starting to come in. So we'll likely have some, okay, we just got a tornado report right here. Bring that up. Funnel cloud observed via NWS Lubbock tower cam. Okay, yeah, so that was 7 minutes ago. So again, we're observing the potential for a tornado. Again, it's observing a funnel cloud. Funnel cloud's not a tornado. Funnel cloud, you see the cone coming down, but there might not be any circulation on the ground itself. That's what makes it a tornado. So again, this could pretty much come down anytime. Right where you got that little ball right here, that's where that potential tornado could be. Attempted touchdown in Wolforth. Yes, that, again, we could see something touch down here, guys. here in the eastern parts of Wolforth. Again, right in here is where it would be.
This is a little interesting feature here. Looks like a
tiny little donut
like
hole.
A circle. Yeah, a little donut hole.
Yeah, what does it look like on velocities? Is it showing?
Bring that up now.
Is it a little tighter?
Doesn't look
No,
great.
we're too close to the radar. The radar is on the north side of Lubbock, so it's making everything very muddled to see. So again, this is going to be, you will be able to see it. Again, you're south of this south loop here in Lubbock. That is where that potential for tornado is here in the Wolforth area. So let's go back to reflectivity. It looks like I see we had another radar update. Let's check out what the algorithm's telling us here real quick. See what we got. I'm sure it's telling us, okay, yeah, well, our max size is going to be, we're also getting close to the radar, so the max size is going to be a little bit smaller because they're cutting off part of the storm. So let's go ahead and jump back. Let's check out this correlation coefficient. It looks like the storm is moving into Lubbock itself quite a bit. There you go. Look at, especially over here, look how concentrated the greens are right along Highway 82 in southwestern sections of Lubbock. Again, a lot of hail falling here. Again, probably very large quantities of hail falling, and probably upwards of that tennis ball size hail. Let's go back to reflectivity, and we're going to zoom in, or actually where this report from earlier was plotted. It's very close to Texas Tech University, and it looks like we have quite a bit of hail here. Here is the loop. What was this? The 280 loop, and then you have Highway 114 going east-west. Here's 82, Indiana Avenue. Let's remove this storm report for a second. It's in the way, yeah. So here is where your heaviest hail is going to be. I don't think we're going to be seeing the biggest hail here. Texas Tech is, I think, right over here somewhere, right in this area. Notice the radar also, you're going to see these holes. That's because we're very close to the radar itself. There's some buildings in the way, and that's going to impede the radar, but you guys get the idea. Everywhere along Highway 82, just west of downtown Lubbock, you're going to be seeing that big hail. We go back to, let's just do like a correlation coefficient scope, I guess, so we can kind of keep the reflectivity going. What in the name got? Okay. We'll forget.
I'm going to pull up the whole thing. And
yeah, let's just forget the scope. Apparently, I don't know what radar is trying to pick it up from, but something. Okay, so again, it's going to be noisy. If we zoom it out a little bit, it's going to be pretty noisy because of the fact that the radar right at the top of my head, so it's right there. And as it moves through Lubbock, it's going to be very hard to tell what's happening here. So it looks like, again, that biggest hail is going to be in the southwestern sections of Lubbock, near downtown. We'll see how big it ends up being. Definitely at least $1.25 to $1.5 size hail. That closer to tennis ball to baseball size hail is going to be closest to where the tornado potential is. You have the biggest hail forms right where the inflow is, right? So you have the big warm air coming in. You have strong updrafts. So the stronger the wind going vertically from bottom to top, the more hailstone can kind of stay in place. So you have the stronger the updraft is, the closer you are to the center of that updraft, the more size that the hail can get, which is why chances are the closest you get to the updraft there is where the biggest hail is going to be. Okay, they have a mezzo there now. So latest radar update, you have the storm now in Lubbock itself. Let's turn the storm reports back on. I'm sure reports might start popping up here eventually. Okay, we have a report down here by Wolforth. Let's check that out. Okay, I got a quarter report in Wolforth. All right. So we haven't had any of the really big reports come in yet. I'm just kind of waiting on that at this point. Checking in on my phone, not seeing any of those coming in yet. So again, chances are too, what the tornado warning is doing is probably causing people to get into their shelters, understandably. So I do not see, again, I'm not seeing any. Go back to velocities real fast. I just want to make sure that we don't have, okay, I'm not seeing anything on there. Okay, 1 inch hail just east of Wolforth. All right. Thank you for that, Kevin. So let's see how big this hail ends up getting. Let's check out the tornado warning again. Looks like that's been updated. Again, that tornado potential is going to be on the southern sections of Lubbock here. Has that been updated at all, or is it still the same deal?
I think it's the same.
If you're in the Lubbock area, yeah, saying I'm scared, what do I do? Just get in your tornado safe place. So center room your house. You have basement, get in the basement. Tornado shelter, go get in the tornado shelter and wait for the storm to pass. You don't hear the sirens anymore. You are in the clear. So again, but if you are down near downtown Lubbock, if you're by Texas Tech, you're not going to see a tornado out of this. It's well to your south. Again, it's going to be south of the 280 loop in Lubbock itself. So that's what we're seeing right now here in Lubbock. Continuing east about 30 miles an hour. What's downstream from this? It'll be at Burris at 8:42, so that's about 20 minutes from now. Ransom Canyon, 8:53, and then at 9 o'clock, it'll be pulling out of Lubbock County in the Acuff and Ransom Canyon area. So, again, I'm not seeing any of the big reports coming in right now. I'm waiting to see. We're just kind of, the storm's happening now. And again, if we go over to this correlation coefficient, Lubbock is frustrating because the airport is right where the radar facility is at, and it's very difficult to see exactly what's going on. It's, again, a little harder to tell here, but that is where that, Frank highlighted where the hail core is going to be. If we roll the radar back a little bit, it looks like the hail core isn't as bright as it was near Highway 62. Yeah, so back here, look how much more intense the correlation coefficient signature was, showing all the greens and blues. And now it seems to be kind of getting muddled here. We'll see if that's because the storm might be weakening or dumped its hail out. Golf ball confirmed, all right, thank you. And then, or if it is beginning to weaken. Again, we're in this area. I know the cone of silence is only like a mile around the storm, but honestly, when you are near Lubbock, the cone of silence is most of Lubbock for a while here. So again, likely, again, got a report of that golf ball size hail. I think it is likely that we saw tennis ball size hail on the southern sections of Lubbock. And yes, if you are in South Lubbock, just stay calm and go ahead and get in your tornado safe place and let this pass. Okay, we got another hail report that came in here, kind of all tripped out on top of the tornado report. Measure quarter size hail at the NWS Lubbock office. I don't know where the NWS Lubbock office is at. Has anything touched down? Asked Jordan. There was a brief touchdown confirmed to the west of Wolforth in an open field. Since then, I do not have any confirmation. I'm pretty much limited to the reports that are coming in here. And they like to kind of populate on top of themselves. So I'm trying to keep track of stuff here. I don't know.
I believe that hail report is properly plotted.
Okay, so NWS Lubbock's right here?
Yep.
Okay. So, that's great. So quarter size hail out in front of it a bit. Okay, we got another report here by Wolforth. No, not the other one to the west. Okay, that's the golf ball report in Wolforth. That makes sense. So golf ball size hail. So golf ball size hail is confirmed with this. And I'm sure we'll be seeing quite a bit of golf ball size hail. Again, the storm is looking messy now on top of Lubbock itself. I'm in West Lubbock. Should I take cover? If you are at Highway 114 or north, if you're north of Highway 114 or Highway 82, no, you're okay. I think you're all right. If you are south, if you're in South Lubbock, you want to be in a tornado safe place. Do y'all know if South Lubbock near Cooper High School? I do not know where Cooper High School is at. I mean, we can try to find a place of interest, but there's a lot of schools in here. So overall, if you are, if you're north of the South Loop 289, like you're along 50th Street or 34th Street, you're fine. You're not gonna have to worry about a tornado shelter or getting into a tornado shelter for this. This is all south of the South Loop here. All right, so people asking about Amarillo. We can go check out Amarillo really quick. I haven't seen what's going on over there. Just kind of go up to the north here. It looks like the storm's past you guys. I think there might have been some isolated quarters on the far eastern side of town here. Yeah, some $quarter-half size town over by the airport. Otherwise, heavy rains, winds, and that looks like has pretty much passed. Somebody asked, how does near 4th Street look near Texas Tech? Near Texas Tech, you guys are getting hail. I'm curious to see how big that hail is going to actually be. that far north from the storm, I wouldn't be surprised if by Texas Tech itself, you guys are getting maybe the pocket change size hail, so the round quarter size. We got a new tornado warning. Let's query this real quick, see what we're getting out of this. Again, NWS Lubbock is right there looking at it, so they should be able to see. So they brought that hail size potential down to golf ball size hail. So the storm might be indeed weakening a bit. The hail may be smaller than what it was a little while ago. It had up to tennis ball size hail. Any details in there, Frank, that are of interest?
It is now moving east at 20 miles per hour.
All right, so it's moving pretty slow.
I need to grab this
And it was radar indicated, not confirmed?
it is radar indicated rotation, yes.
Okay. Anything for DFW? So DFW tonight, you guys are likely going to see a big squall line of storms. So hail sizes will be minimal, at best maybe some quarters here or there. But okay, so yeah, timelines, this thing's crawling here. So it's not even gonna get out of Lubbock County by 9 o'clock or by 9:10. And then tomorrow for DFW, we got to see what happens the rest of tonight. I was saying in the forecast today, I'm saying it again, for DFW, for anywhere really, it's going to come down to what's going on today, what's going on tonight. It's going to drastically impact tomorrow's forecast. So we're going to find out tomorrow morning kind of an idea of what to expect for the day tomorrow. So, okay, somebody asking about near the Budweiser factory. I do not know where the Budweiser factory is. That could be to the east or west. So it looks like we're just with the tornado warning now. They got rid of the severe thunderstorm warning since the tornado warning does cover pretty much the whole storm impacting Lubbock itself. I know we got an updated hail marker there, but again, we're so close to the radar, it's going to show something pretty small, I'm sure. What about Snyder, Texas? So Snyder, Texas, you guys got ripped pretty good yesterday. I think probably not as big today. Let's see, you got any other reports coming in? Sorry, I'm just trying to click around here. So I haven't seen anything on MPing coming up crazy. So,
For whoever was asking about the Budweiser factory, you are on the north side of Lubbock. You are fine.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I've never actually stepped foot in Lubbock before, so I'm trying to give you guys areas to check out. So, at least I think so. Yeah, tomorrow's video will be at noon Central Time to kind of go over everything what stuff that happened today and the forecast for tomorrow. So looking at the radar right now, again, this is looking real messy. We're not seeing a ton of really high reflectivity, so you're not seeing too much pink on the radar. Again, part of that is we are very close. Again, all the little holes you see in the radar, that is because we're so close to the radar facility itself and it's in a city. But you can see the spackling in there, so it makes me think that we've had overall hail sizes probably around quarter size, half dollar, maybe some golf ball size hail. It's hard to tell on the radar here just because, again, we are so close. There's a lot of noise. Correlation coefficient is very noisy when you're really close to the radar facility. So looking at it, probably if there's up to golf ball size hail, it's going to be where Route 84 takes a turn to the east. Well, 82nd Street. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up just regular reflectivity here. 82nd Street, I'm assuming that's going to be probably right around here. Let's zoom in just a bit. Whoa. Okay, yeah, it's actually, right in here. 82nd Street, yeah, if you're going to get hail, that'd be your biggest hail location, possibly up to that golf ball size hail. It looks like you're pretty close to where NWS Lubbock's going to be, so we'll get a pretty solid report from there. It looks like there isn't anything ongoing tornado-wise right now. It's still tornado warned. We can go over to velocities we want. It would be down in this area somewhere, but it's looking, that's looking pretty messy. So I don't think there's anything currently on the ground happening. So way west on 19th, right outside the loop, look good yet. If you are west of the loop, you are fine now. The storm has since passed. If you are west of Highway 62, you are fine. The storm has passed. It is continuing to move off to the east here. So let's zoom it out a little bit. Let's just kind of bring it out to the general Lubbock area. See what else is happening here. Got a whole bunch of other storms. These seem to be all generally sub-severe. I guess it's bringing it out even more. There's been a lot going on in Texas today. Down to, oh, we got a pretty intense storm down here by Tahoka. Snyder, somebody was asking about Snyder, you're fine. Turning into a line here, extending from about Wichita Falls all the way down to Abilene. So this is going to minimize that tornado and hail potential. Let's keep going down to the south here. We had a pretty intense tornado with this guy here. Ooh, is Midland's radar working again? So this guy over here by Big Spring and Sterling City. This one had a real intense tornado earlier. I'm not sure if it has a tornado still. Yeah, that's when Midland was down. So Midland's radar is working again, thank God. All right, so again, these are pretty rural, so that's the only thing. Okay, let's go back to Lubbock itself, since that is the main game in town here in terms of hail and tornadic activity potential. I think that tornadic potential at the moment might be a little minimized. Again, it's also hard to tell with the radar. So we got an update. Reflectivity is a lot higher. Yeah, we're very close to radar, so I would not put too much stock in that. The algorithm, it figures out the hail size about 10, 20,000, 30,000 foot up. So it's really hard to do that when the radar doesn't have access to the whole storm. When we're this close, it comes out kind of like a wedge. So the closer you get, the shorter that wedge is going to be. And when you're within the city of Lubbock itself, that wedge only goes a couple thousand feet up. So it's going to kind of skew the hail size potential on that. So let's look at the correlation coefficient here in southern Lubbock, especially where this reflectivity is higher. Notice the CCs, again, it almost looks like some kind of modern art piece, but I know it looks like a bit of like a Jackson Pollock painting, but you can tell the general area where you have the lower correlation coefficient, the greens and the blues and the yellows showing up, that is where you're going to see the biggest hail potential from quarter to probably golf ball size from right by whatever this road is. What's this road? Whoop, oh no, we got all the local ones. What's the main one? From like 50th Street down to the Southern Loop and down south, probably just south of the South Loop there to about 82nd Street. That is where that hail potential upwards of golf ball size is at, or by I-27, and where the Southeast Loop 289 combine. So, now somebody asked, why is thunder loud? It's pretty much it's a shock wave caused by the lightning it's heating up the oxygen, the air, and it's causing it to expand rapidly. So, same basic idea as an explosion, basically. Quarter size hail at K Lubbock Studios. Are you just clicking on like the same spot where like all the other reports come in, Frank? Or is that just the newest one?
Clicking, that's the new one, I believe.
Okay.
Well, newest
one, yeah, from 5 minutes ago. So 8:31 at LBK Studios, they had 1 inch hail. That's from over there. Is there anything new on this? I'm curious to see if anyway, I can send you guys pictures from DFW with these storms. That'd be cool. Will not be mad about that. Okay, so that's still from earlier.
Is that a new one?
Up here?
Yeah.
No, I think that's probably the one from way earlier,
oh, yeah,
the first storm.
Report, yeah.
Yeah. So somebody's saying stuff about the tornadoes. I'm not seeing anything that says there's a tornado right now. If we do go, we can check velocities again. Yeah, that's not looking, even this close to the radar, if there was like a tornado ongoing, we would definitely be able to see something more than what we're showing here, where it's looking very messy and loud. So tower cams are definitely going to be the way to go with this. And again, the National Weather Service office where they issue these warnings is pretty much right where they're at. So chances are something was happening. How do I send it to you guys? There should be a link in the description or to our Facebook page. If you click on the one to our Facebook, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can just DM it to us and we'll check that out from there. So, what's up from Houston? You guys aren't going to see too much storms today. It's probably the first storm of the year, or probably many here in Lubbock. That you guys like to get hit with hail all the time. All right, so we got another update here. Let's check out the radar. Let's see what, check out correlation coefficient, see what we got here, 838. Again, that general lowering. I think the hail sizes are probably smaller on this. Again, if we were seeing the really big hail, it'd probably be all yellow and green and blue, but it's looking like you're probably seeing that hail mixing in with the rain. A storm might be weakening here, which is, again, for that tornado potential, a good sign. So let's go back to the reflectivity. And they updated the warning, tornado warning. They're just kind of shoving it pretty much to the east. So if you are west of this polygon, you're good. It's over. You don't have anything to worry about. Now heading towards Burris and Woodrow, that is where your tornado warning is at. And then you go ahead, you have that golf ball size hail potential still. So I think about that golf ball size hail still possible with this storm as it's moving through the southern sections of Lubbock, now the southeastern sections of Lubbock, and then continuing, probably moving east-southeast-ish, east-southeast-ish, pretty much right along Highway 84, makes that turn, and then heading towards Ransom Canyon in the next probably 45 minutes or so, going about 20 miles an hour. Yeah, at 8:48, so about 10 minutes, 9 minutes actually in Burris, and then at 9:05 Ransom Canyon. So that's going to keep moving to the general east direction. And again, nothing confirmed on the ground, no tornado ongoing. Again, if you are north, if you're within the loop, within Lubbock itself, the 289 loop, you're fine. There's no tornado risk for you guys. You're at Texas Tech, it's over, you're fine. If you are anywhere along Highway 62, it's over, you're fine. Your hail now from Martin Luther King Boulevard to 289 East, East Farm Road, 835, and south of 34th Street, but north of Burris, that's where the hail potential is right now. And look at that, you have quite a bit less of those bigger CCs coming in. So, you want to see, this whole thing look green and yellow, like what we were seeing when it was first moving into Lubbock. Now it's looking a lot less impressive with that hail potential, probably some quarter-size hail, and the up to maybe golf ball size hail, especially around the Martin Luther King Boulevard area. Again, where you see the higher reflectivity showing up, that's where you're going to get higher concentrations of that hail. But overall, I think this is starting to look a little weaker. And we're also very close to the radar, but it is looking less organized. And I think that tornado potential continues to go down unless there's something showing up on tower cam or something chasers are seeing that says to the contrary. This thing's looking more like a hailer that's starting to kind of die out a little bit here. I'm going to check out on my phone real fast, see if I got any imping reports.
I thought I maybe saw something. No, it was just noise. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
looking good as far as tornadoes goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too wild on here. I mean, the radar's having a hard time with the storm, but it's fine. So again, it looks like if you're just joining us, we had a storm move into Lubbock. It was tornado warning. They did indeed have a brief tornado caught on camera over an open field to the west of Wolforth. We had hail likely upwards of that tennis ball size, especially near Highway 62, off in the western sections of Lubbock itself. We had up to golf ball size hail confirmed within Wolforth. And then Lubbock, we're getting that quarter to $half size hail reports coming in, and I'm sure that we'll get some off-ball reports to show up, to sneak in there as well. Possibly some of that tennis ball size hail. Again, I wouldn't be shocked from that. What's this one? Is this a new one?
I'm not sure.
Let's check this out. Funnel cloud reported at Farm Road 1585 and I-27 a few minutes ago. So yeah, they're still getting the funnels coming in, but it doesn't look like we have anything that has made ground impact. If we did, we would know pretty quick here. So thankfully, I think we're lucking out that we're just getting the funnel clouds. Yeah, if you're at the university, you're at Texas Tech, you're fine, guys. Like it's past Texas Tech. It's whoa, we're moving around too much. It's back over by where this hail report is. That's generally where Texas Tech's at. This storm has passed you guys, so you're good. It's you guys are safe. If you're outside of this red polygon, you are fine for any sort of tornado potential. Is it hot hail? I don't know what that means. So, all right, latest radar update. This is looking kind of rough now. Let's zoom it out a little bit. I think I'm picking up what you were putting down earlier, Frank. Yeah, it looks like it's turning into a line. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think it's losing its basically hail and tornado production properties. You want it to be a supercell storm. When it turns into a line of storms, kind of like this, that looks more like it's more outflow dominant. So you want inflow dominant for a tornado potential, a really big hail. So basically what that means is just what?
Your mic is messing up.
Oh, it is?
So is mine. I'm going to reset it all.
Okay.
It's weird that it happens.
Okay, well, it might disappear off the screen. That's it. Am I good now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
So am I.
All right. Lost my train of thought. But basically, as we turn into a line of storms, it's going to minimize that hail potential. So I think things are starting to wind down here for hail across the area. Sent through the picture. Yeah, cool. We'll definitely check that out. I don't know if I can bring it up on the screen or not, but thanks for sending the picture. I would love to see the big time thunderstorm clouds off in distance. These things are probably super tall, upwards of like 50,000 feet or so. So again, I think this tornado warning will be allowed. Well, actually, no, they just have that. So I think this tornado warning will continue, but we're going to be pulling out of Lubbock pretty soon here, likely towards Burris, I think is the name of that town, off to the south and to the east of Lubbock itself. Is that it? Yeah, Burris. So let's kind of zoom in a little bit. This is where the general area is. Zoom in a little bit more. How many folks, I just want to see how many roads are over here. Okay, yeah, so there's still some neighborhoods in here. Okay, East County Road 7110 and County Road 25, probably more numbers off the bottom of the screen here. 2540, yeah. So let's zoom it out just a tiny bit, and looks like, yeah, so overall, I think if you might see a funnel cloud with this. Hopefully it doesn't make it all the way to the ground, start doing damage. We don't see that. There's still folks in the area. The radar is not going to be helpful with this, I don't think. We're still too close to it, but overall I think that is what we're seeing here. Let's zoom it back out a little bit. I guess now's a good time we can mention our sponsors, C3 Group, Marine Law Group, and the American Contractor Show. Description below, you can check that out. There's also a link down below, so you can check out our other stuff. I see a lot of YouTube comments on here. You can go check out our Facebook page. It's in the link tree link below. You can check out our LinkedIn. You can check out our website as well. You want to see what we do. And our sponsor for C3 Group, their link is in there as well. You can check out their YouTube channel. Go subscribe to them, subscribe to us, like our Facebook page. You guys know the drill. Do what you can, share, all that stuff. We greatly appreciate it. So, yes. Look at the HRRR is looking less like a line of thunderstorms for DFW. I'll have to check that out. Honestly, I do more nowcasting once things are ongoing, and it's looking like a line of storms already forming from about Wichita Falls down through Abilene we looked at a few minutes ago. So we'll see. It could end up starting to break apart. If it does, then we could see some hail, but I think the hail potential in DFW tonight is lower than, say, here in Lubbock, where we had a pretty good chance of hail. So, all right, yeah. Well, this storm looks like it's starting to either fizzle or the radar is really garbage right here. So I think I'm going to wrap this up. You can go ahead, you can check us out in all of our social media platforms that I just mentioned a little while ago. You can check out our Twitter and Instagram as well. We just got TikTok. I think we did our first TikTok. Yeah, we're on the talk. We're the old people trying to do the thing. So check us out. Check out our boss, try to figure out how to use TikTok. That'll be fun. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bell, do all that jazz to find out when we're doing stuff. You can give us a call, 855-334-4245. If you want to get this map, it's available on our website. And email us at info@hailtrace.com. Visit our website at hailtrace.com for more details. Check out that link for all of the other platforms we got. And thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Unless we have other storms happening, then we'll see you later. Have a good one, guys.